Imagine a local council staring down a whopping £75,200 fine, all because their recycling efforts just missed the mark. Is this a fair system, or is it piling on the pressure when communities are already trying their best? Let's dive into the details of Blaenau Gwent's recycling challenge and explore what it really means for environmental progress. The Blaenau Gwent County Borough Council is bracing for a significant penalty after failing to meet the Welsh Government's ambitious 70% recycling target for the previous year. At a scrutiny committee meeting focused on economic development and environment management, held on Tuesday, October 21, officials presented a comprehensive report on the council's waste and recycling performance for the 2024-2025 period. This meeting, accessible via the council's website, http://www.blaenau-gwent.gov.uk/?ref=o, highlighted both achievements and shortcomings in their environmental initiatives. While the recycling rate saw a notable improvement, from 66.18% in 2023/2024 to 68.89% in 2024/2025, it still didn't quite reach the required 70% threshold. To put this in simpler terms, the recycling rate refers to the percentage of waste that gets sorted and reused rather than ending up in landfills. For beginners, think of it as a scoreboard. If 70% of household waste is recycled, the council hits the goal set by the Welsh Government to promote sustainability and reduce environmental impact. Unfortunately, Blaenau Gwent fell just short, coming up 376 tonnes below the mark. This shortfall translates into a fine of £200 for every tonne missed, adding up to that substantial £75,200 penalty. But here's where it gets controversial. Is a financial punishment the best way to encourage better recycling, especially when the council is clearly making strides forward? The Neighbourhood Services Team Manager, Lisa Jones, acknowledged the progress in her report, stating that the team has been diligently enhancing their recycling efforts. Despite the improvement, the council didn't achieve the target. She explained that they've collaborated with the Welsh Government and WRAP, the Waste and Resources Action Programme, to craft a fresh waste and recycling strategy. This partnership aims to outline actionable steps to boost the rate to 70% and beyond, demonstrating a proactive approach to environmental stewardship. Jones pointed out that the year-on-year rise in recycling could serve as a strong case to persuade the Welsh Government to reconsider or waive the fine. As of the report's presentation, no confirmation had been received about whether the penalty would be enforced. This uncertainty adds another layer to the story. Should governments reward incremental progress, or do strict targets and fines keep everyone accountable? It's a debate worth pondering, as it touches on how we balance motivation with mercy in public policy. When comparing Blaenau Gwent's performance to other Welsh local authorities, they rank 13th out of 22. Interestingly, the full details of the ranking table were kept confidential in the report, which might leave some wondering about transparency in these evaluations. For context, maintaining a good ranking can motivate councils to innovate, perhaps by adopting new technologies or community programs to improve sorting and collection processes. On a brighter note, Jones highlighted positive developments in reuse and repair initiatives. The council is particularly proud of the growing appeal and success of repair cafes in the area. These community hubs, where volunteers fix items like furniture or appliances, encourage people to extend the life of their belongings instead of discarding them. They've even launched another repair cafe in Tredegar, staffed by a dedicated team of enthusiastic volunteers who restore countless items for residents. This not only reduces waste but also fosters a sense of community and creativity. Imagine turning a broken chair into something useful again, saving money and resources in the process. Additionally, the council has teamed up with the Aneurin Leisure Trust to repurpose second-hand sports kit and clothing. They've set up kit rooms at leisure centres in Tredegar and Ebbw Vale, providing affordable or free access to gear for local sports enthusiasts. This collaboration exemplifies how partnerships can amplify environmental efforts, turning potential waste into opportunities for health and recreation. Councillor Jonathan Millard, a non-aligned independent representing Ebbw Vale South, expressed disappointment over missing the target and the resulting large fine, viewing it as a setback in their environmental journey. However, independent group leader Councillor Wayne Hodgins from Blaenau offered a more optimistic perspective, calling the near miss of just 1 percentage point a significant accomplishment, especially when viewed against historical data. He emphasized that the council is on the right path, moving steadily toward better outcomes. The councillors ultimately voted to accept the report, signaling agreement on the need to continue this upward trajectory. And this is the part most people miss. In an era where climate change demands urgent action, stories like Blaenau Gwent remind us that progress isn't always linear. But could this punitive approach backfire, draining resources from positive programs like repair cafes? What do you think? Do heavy fines inspire innovation, or do they risk demoralizing local efforts? Is there a better way to measure and motivate recycling success? We'd love to hear your opinions in the comments. Do you agree with the Welsh Government's tough stance, or should they focus more on support and education? Let's discuss.